everyone, this is going to be a message for you. Oh my gosh. Antoinella, stop. My cat is being... Stop it. My birds are asleep right now, and my cat is banging on the door to get in. And obviously I don't let my animals in here because I said so. But if she starts acting crazy and then I open the door, then my birds might wake up, and then I'm gonna be loud and they're gonna start screaming, and then I'm gonna have to start screaming because I can't hear myself over them. And she knows that. Antoinella knows that. Anyway, what did I tell you what's going on here? This is messages from your guardian angels. Okay. I might actually, should I pull more? I'm gonna pull more. I'm gonna pull. I don't want to do tarot today because I just don't feel like it. I don't think it's necessary. I just kind of want this to be not necessarily a shallow interpretation, but just a very informative, I don't know. Informative, but not really too detailed. I don't really want to do that today. So okay. General, I guess, very general. All right. So we're going to do pile 1, 2, and 3. So pile 1, some of you may have been having trouble picking your pile, and I would say to follow your inner guidance when it comes to this. If you feel guided to multiple piles, then by all means check those out and see if there's anything in there. Also, I'm guided to say, so I'm going to have a video come out tomorrow. And you don't have to watch the whole thing, but go to the end of the reading, and I'm going to have a general, just information that comes through that might be for you if you feel called to look at that. Either way, it feels like something's happening tomorrow for you. So whether it's that message coming through in that video that I'm going to post, through another person, through a sign, maybe you're looking for a specific sign, or some energy shift within you might occur. A new perspective, like clarity on something. There's going to be something tomorrow that hits you, that changes the way that you see things, or the way that you're understanding what someone has to say to you, or just the way that you even kind of see the world. There's just some sort of energy shift happening tomorrow. And this is a timeless reading, so you don't have to look at when I posted this if you're tuning in some other time. So whatever tomorrow is for you. So we have trust coming through twice. And the video that I'm posting tomorrow, I guess I'll go ahead and, how should I do this? Okay, let me switch it around, because basically I just recorded that video, okay, and then I took a break and I'm recording this today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post that first, and then I'm gonna release this video on Thursday, so I can link that video down below by your pile. Okay, so if it's significant to you, then you can just go to that link and you'll see that. How about that? But not to confuse you with tomorrow, I still feel that that's relevant, though, because that's what I was. Let me slow down and explain everything for you. So what I was hearing in my mind was to tell them about tomorrow, and that there's going to be a shift within you, and how that's facilitated is going to be different for everyone. But that's why I associated with that reading, and I felt confirmation that for some of you that reading is going to be important. So something is still going to happen to you tomorrow, irregardless, okay? So let's read this out loud. You were looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture and the blessings interwoven within this event. We, your guardian angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear and apprehension and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. Then we have guardian angel. Trust, all unfolds in perfect timing. You are one with divine will. Focus only on love, and all you truly desire will manifest at the most perfect moment. Be patient. I, your guardian angel, am watching over you. Tomorrow, I'm still getting tomorrow. This is relevant somehow to tomorrow. So, basically, they're telling you, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, are saying, just go with the flow, take a breather, take a deep breath, it's gonna be okay. We're working behind the scenes on this. Don't feel like they're telling me just to go and pull the cards, but what they said before that is, okay. They're saying just pull the cards. Okay. There's only light, sacred space, power of angels. My goodness, you know what to do. Archangel Uriel. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Create an altar, visit a power place to connect with the divine. Power of angels, may your angels protect you, guide you, and keep you safe. So what I see with these candles is a repetition of your guardian angels all over. It's just all this whole spread is all about your guardian angels being like, listen, we're guiding you, we're communicating with you, we're bringing you this understanding of the situation. And with there is only light, it's remembering that there is only light. That is the only truth that exists. Is going back to the other video, if you watch it, that love is the only thing that's real. Light is the only thing that's real, that exists. That's the source of everything. And so you don't have anything to fear. You don't have anything to, it's kind of like relinquishing too much control or power of this situation. And I think for some of you, there's this idea you have that you have to take control, or like you resisting something, like resisting your inner guidance, is you basically going with the flow. It's like, if I take a back seat, if I don't take action, if I just kind of like leave it alone, then things are going to unfold the way they should. When in reality, you are being guided by your guardian angels to do something. They're trying to propel you forward, and you're using this excuse in some ways of like, I'm not supposed to do anything. I don't have to do anything. I'm going to let like God take care of this, which God is taking care of it. Your guardian angels are taking care of it. They are telling you to just trust the process and do what you were instructed to do. What you're feeling inside of your heart to do. Do that. That's what we're telling you. I think there's a part of you that's afraid or intimidated. And so that's your excuse of saying like, I'm uncomfortable. And because I'm uncomfortable, then I'm not going to do it. Because that's telling me that I'm not supposed to. When if you're being honest with yourself and you're looking at things really introspectively, you're going to be like, you know what? I am coming from a place of fear. I am coming from a place of restriction. I'm coming from a place of defensiveness because I don't want to put myself out there. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to be open. I don't want to express myself or take this new opportunity, like walk this path. It's unfamiliar, it's uncomfortable, it's weird, it's strange, something like that. And they're kind of guiding me back towards like the previous videos that I've been doing where I've just been talking about random stuff, seemingly random stuff, and I feel like you were someone who is connected to those readings in some ways, because it's relatable to me in the sense that I was essentially talking about how for a long time in my life I was starting to get resentful in some ways towards spirit. Not saying that you are, I'm telling you what they're guiding me to talk about. So hopefully this will kind of give you a bigger picture or understanding of what's going on with you. Is I was getting resentful towards spirit because here I was like following their lead, but I wasn't allowing myself to be fully open. Like fully open to what I was experiencing and like taking opportunities. Like I'm someone that like it's so easy for me to control a situation. Like I feel very much in control of my life. And so the one parts that I felt uncontrolled about are my feelings, like the compassion or love that I have towards another person, like a romantic feelings. And that was really uncomfortable for me. And also friendship feelings, like love towards that, like that kind of love of like putting myself out there in the potential of being rejected by someone. Like that was something that it never occurred like with real like actual people, but I've been friends with really bad people before, and I've had a really bad childhood. So that's where it was rooted from, that like, oh well, if I could just put myself out there a little bit and like come across as aloof to people, then I don't actually have to really form solid connections where they could hurt me later on, because I've already been hurt so many times before. And so I would start getting upset with spirit because I would be like, you know what, where is this divine intervention coming through? I feel that compulsion to like give to people, or not see it, because it's not really opening up, but like I'm trying to think what would be a specific example for me. Is like one time someone was coming through to me, like a spirit, someone who had passed away had come through to me, and I was ignoring it, like trying to ignore it, because I'm not someone who approaches people out of the blue with this information. I don't like doing that. But the spirit was so strong, And so I finally approached this person and I was like, do you have someone who passed away, this, that, you know, just like the whole psychic spiel of like, you know, what they had to say, pass the message along. And so that's a perfect example of me like putting myself out there and like following the guidance of spirit. And so I was like talking to spirit basically and being like, why can't that happen to me? Like, why can't someone just be so compelled to come to me and just like fix, like kind of like fix me in a way, like kind of like shake me from this pattern that I was existing in. And they kept telling me like, we have been doing that. Like, you are getting these messages. You are putting, like, giving me examples of like me going and approaching this person. It's like, you are doing that. But that's the whole point. It's like, you have to stay out. Like, it's like you leave the house and you stay outside and you play outside with your, and make friends. You don't just go and like stay in control. Like, you have to be vulnerable basically. And so that's that inspired action that was being propelling me to do it. And it's like, well, I don't want to. I'm afraid. I'm not comfortable. And do you see the parallels in this? Do you see what I'm saying with this? So maybe just like think about this if it's not really hitting you exactly. And maybe this is the whole point of tomorrow, is like maybe you'll meditate on this, or maybe it'll just come to you in a dream, or maybe it'll slowly kind of seep into your awareness of what your guardian angels are telling you. And tomorrow will be a new day. Tomorrow will be a new perspective on this. Or maybe there will be some sort of intervention that look like a divine intervention that looks like not what you expected. And they're saying to you, this is the pathway. Like, we open the door for you. You have to walk through it. Okay? We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing not just what you're asking, but you're asking this because you're meant to do this. You have that in you. You have that desire. You have that inner calling to do it. So follow that through. Follow through with it. Don't trick yourself into thinking that you are not giving into your fears. Giving into your comfort zone. Step outside of that comfort zone and just give it a chance. What's the worst that can happen? It's not that bad. Even the worst that could happen when you're moving from a place of love and compassion, you may not know the full story. You may not know, because maybe for different reasons, maybe it's that stepping stone to where you're ultimately supposed to go to the right path, you know. You don't know until you start taking those steps. And from there, you're going to realize it's a lot easier than you thought. So, that's what I see for you guys. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Hey, pile number 2. Okay, so I feel like a big sense of humor coming through from your guardian angels and from you. So there's either something that you've done or you're doing, or just your personality and like the way that you interact with them and just interact with people around the world. They think that you're really funny. Like, they are very humored by your approach to life or your approach to situations, or if you did something or said something that they found like really funny. They're not laughing at you. They're some of them are like poking fun at you, but it's not from a mean way, obviously. We have prayer and action. Dear guardian angel, to you I pray. When I am fearful, help me remember that only love is real. When I am lost, help me find my way. When I am confused, help me to regain clarity. When I feel lonely, help me feel your loving presence. When I perceive chaos, help me to see order. Thank you. Action. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. this card is a positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. So, self-explanatory there. Why they find this funny, maybe they just think that like the way that you're acting is kind of cute. You know, like it's like, I don't know. And they're just like, you got this. Stop goofing around. You know you got this. We have variance. Yeah, it's a back and forth. Undying love. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. Life review. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. So I'll put this together because I feel like that's, and these go together too. Actually, let's do it like this so I can kind of it's separate but together. And we have Angel of Wisdom, pursue knowledge and spiritual growth. And that looks like the same person, except she's more, it's like here, this is gathering the knowledge, and here it's applying the knowledge, right? Like all of the color and the expressiveness and the openness and the receptivity of this is now illuminated in here, right? And so this is you taking action. It's like you resolving any fearful, or like it's almost like mystifying. Like there's this mystical element to whatever you're experiencing, and that unknown is causing you to retract and saying like, well, maybe I don't have all the information. Maybe I don't really know if I want to take action. Maybe I just need a little bit more information before I do this. And that's where there's this imbalance taking course, because I see this back and forth with you where it's like 1 minute you're feeling really confident in yourself and you're feeling like you're really gonna go for it, right? Like you're outgoing and ready to do it. And then it's like, it's kind of like this, the story that they're saying with me, and I guess this is like, it looks like a comic, like a, what is it, like the TV shows, what are they called? Like the nighttime TV shows, like the family shows or whatever, and it's like comedic. So I guess this is where they're like showing me how they're like teasing you, and they're just saying how it's like very funny and cute the way that you are, basically, where they're showing me this person, and it actually looks like Mr. Rogers, like his house, and kind of like him. So it's, imagine Mr. Rogers, and he's getting all jazzed up and ready to go take on the world. Like this is him leaving the house, not coming in, because normally on the show he'll come in and talk to you or whatever. So he's leaving. He's gonna go for a jog. He gets all ready, he puts his sweater, he puts on some nice shoes, gets his hair done. He's like, let's go. I'm about to go take this like power walk. And then he opens the door, and it's this gorgeous day. I'm talking the most incredibly gorgeous perfection of a day. It's just like a cool, crisp breeze. Like the birds are chirping, and all kinds of different birds. So it's like you want to kind of dissect what each bird is saying. And then he says to himself, ooh, it's a little windy. Maybe I need a hat. So he closes the door, he puts on a hat, he opens the door, perfection. I mean, I'm talking, there's like a rainbow in the sky, and it's like a perfectly clear sky. How there's a rainbow? I don't know. He's like, it's a little bright, and closes the door, you know, and so he's like, it puts sunglasses on, he's like coming up with excuses after excuses after excuses, when it's like prime, perfect day to do what he is set out to do. It's like, why are you doing it? Think about like why you're actually doing that. It's like making excuses because you feel like you're not ready. You just don't feel like you're ready. And so they're saying that it's okay. they're saying, you know, you don't really have to put too much pressure and rush yourself on this, because if you feel like you're not ready right this second, let's figure that out. Let's figure out why you feel like you're not ready, right? Like, don't look at the superficial issues of this, of, okay, I'm not ready because I don't have a hat. I'm not ready because I don't have sunglasses. That's not it. And you know that's not it. Find out really what that is inside of you and resolve that. Open up to that. Be honest with yourself, because as long as you know that information, that is like knowledge is power, right? Like when you say it out loud, it's going to dissolve into dust. It's going to lose its power over you. That concern or fear, or that's all it is. It's a concern. That's what I'm saying, is like, maybe you have the tendency, maybe not even the tendency, but for whatever the situation is you're thinking, it could be worst case scenario, or you're thinking of like potential bad case scenario or uncomfortable case scenario. It doesn't even have to be the worst of the worst. It's like, once you say that, it's gonna lose its shine. It's gonna lose its power, and you're gonna draw that power back into you. All of that wasted energy that you're putting towards that, you're gonna regain that inner strength to take appropriate action. So the reason why you feel like it's not the right time, or you feel like you don't have that information or whatever, and you need to gather more information, it's because you're not addressing that. You're not addressing the whys behind all of this. And so, repeating this, it says drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Just look inside and take that positive action in those things. And so here, that where they say, where is this? That only love is real. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. They're saying there's love all around you. All around you. And I'm being shown again of like that perfect day. You know, like the world is waiting for you. The world full of people who love you, who can't wait to meet you, who can't wait to get to know you and to know more about you and to understand you and to take care of you and to provide for you, and not in a codependent manner or like a pitying manner. In like, I care about you, I love you, I want to see you happy, I have so much to give, and I want to continue to give to you. It's like someone who loves to bake. It's like there's someone out there who really loves baking, and they have way too many cookies, and they want to give it out to people to people that they love, and to share what they have. It's like, we want that. And also that for you, you have so much to give too. You have so much love and so much, like, the way that your mind works is so interesting and intricate. Like, it feels like you're very, it's kind of, they're showing me like, okay, what they're showing me is knitting, someone knitting, and it's like this, like how this is so precise and perfect, like it's like perfectionism, and how this is the way, like whether this is what you're interested in specifically, like knitting or something, or it's just the way that your mind works, where it's so involved and all-encompassing and just fascinating and perfect. It's perfection. Your mind is perfection, and your guardian angels want you to be able to showcase that to the world, showcase that to the people around you in your community or beyond. And and they're saying it's okay to go back and forth. It really is okay, because when you go back, this is where you're doing this life review and understanding yourself better instead of making excuses, like shallow excuses of why. You're identifying that and dissolving that, because as you dissolve that, again, that energy that you're putting towards these unfounded fears, which is it's unfounded, but it was founded upon things that are real, right? Like things that have happened to you or how people have treated you. And that created this energy mark on you that needs to be resolved. So they understand that and they appreciate that about you. But this is time that you look at that, you shatter it, and you put that energy towards going forth. Putting that energy towards the things that deserve your energy, the people that deserve your energy, right? And the relationships that are really going to nourish you and continue to propel you forward and to provide for you, right? Like that, the provisions that they're giving to you is more than just a tangible thing. It is that comfort, that landing pad, that it's like a trampoline, right? Like no matter how far you fall again, they're going to propel you back up even harder, right? Like they're not going to let you fall. And that's what I see. That's what I see, is that your guardian angels love you so much, and they want you to pray this prayer continually. You see he's even pointing to this card. So I'll read it again, and that'll be my reading, because I think you got it by now. Trust your inner wisdom, right? Trust your guardian angel's guidance. You got this. So prayer. Dear guardian angel, to you I pray. When I am fearful, help me remember that only love is real. When I am lost, help me find my way. When I'm confused, help me to regain clarity. When I feel lonely, help me feel your loving presence. When I perceive chaos, help me to see order. Thank you. That's my reading. I'll see you guys later. Bye. All right, pile number 3. You were my wild pile. I feel like you guys are kind of wild people in like a good way, a fun way. But it feels very chaotic in a interesting, like you got some fun energy. So we have conflict and surrender. Feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants, and this is the primary cause of stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you love, not what you think you should. Sorry, I actually got distracted during this when I was reading that out loud, because I was thinking about pile number 1 and how pile number 1, I told them, if you feel like you're pulled to multiple piles, 2 and 3, to go ahead and watch that, and also the video that I'm posting, and I have it linked for pile number 1. And when I started pile number 2, I was even thinking, when I read that stuff out loud, to address the people from pile number 1, be like, hey, what's up? And I see this again with this, and so if this is just a reminder, so hey, pile number 1 if you're here, or pile number 2 if you're here, if you're guided to these other piles, then go ahead and do that. But this is a timeless reading, so if you really do not feel guided, no pressure. This is not like a sign that you should. This is only if you felt that, and this is confirmation for you to go back and watch those. Otherwise, if you ever feel called back to this reading and to other piles, then that may be relevant for you at the time, but I can see how this could apply to the same person, like this whole reading, like all the readings. So let me read this other one. I can go back again. Surrender. Remain positive about the future of our planet, for all is part of humanity's evolution. There is a divine order to all the chaos which you perceive in the world. Nothing will ever truly change until we learn to love and accept all as it is. Lovingly surrender your judgments and expectations, and your life will magically transform. I'm not gonna lie, I got distracted again and started thinking about pile number 1 again. Because that's definitely a message for someone out there. Definitely. So we have clear your space. Archangel Jophiel, get rid of clutter and clear the energy around you. Use feng shui. We have bold, unleash your adventurous side. Take risk and be daring. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the first step toward letting go of hurt and emotional pain. It heals only you. And focus. This is a focus on, I mean, this could be a breakup too for some of you. I can see this as being an ending with someone, and you even deciding that you're going to take this new lease on life, or like finally getting over someone that you had been involved with, or at least like emotionally tied to in some way. And this is that clean sweep of your energy, and also just the things around you, because this kind of looks like an inverted diamond ring to me. And so that's kind of where I was seeing it, and then that kind of represented here again of a diamond ring. And so what I see though is it's interesting, because what they're telling me, your guardian angels are telling me, is like, while you are very unique, like you are very, you stand out in the crowd is what I'm saying. Like they want you to know. And again, the way that I see you, and it says chaos in here, so it just kind of made me laugh, is because I just feel like you are you could potentially be a loud person, or at least like among people close to you, you can be loud and like engaging and funny and creative, like the way that you think is really creative. And I'm just seeing, this might sound strange to be, they're showing me aliens. So I don't know if you have like a interest in aliens, or you feel like you speak to aliens, or maybe someone's like, no, I know I speak to aliens. I don't feel it. I know it. So it's like something to do with aliens, or like, I think ultimately too is like, you're not just unique, you're kind of alien. Like not alienated from the world, but just the way that you are is just, it's actually beyond just the typical uniqueness of people, if that makes any sense. I'm sure it does. I'm sure you're aware of this. And so they're also saying like maybe you have suppressed just how unique you are. Like maybe you are like, if you consider yourself weird, or people think you're weird, it's like embrace that weirdness. Like weird is very good. Weird is awesome. And so like be extra weird. Like if you're a weirdo, let that out. Let people see you for who you really are, because and this clearing of the clutter with her kind of like looking up and that's kind of what I see, is like her rising up. And this with the diamond is like, you are also that diamond in the rough. You are chiseling yourself into the unique version of you. Allow that to be free. Like take this diamond out from the earth, from beneath the earth, and shine it to the world. As I say this, the clouds are dispersing outside. It's getting bright in here. It's like, shine so bright, Rihanna song. bright like a diamond. But seriously, like, shine bright. So here it says, feelings which you have suppressed for a long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. Yes, yes. Okay, perfection. This is it. Yes, nothing will ever truly change until we learn to love and accept you for who you truly are. Allow yourself to be you, authentically you. Do not be afraid of what people are going to think about you, or all your interesting thoughts or your interesting patterns or beliefs, or the way that you express yourself or dress yourself. Do it. Have fun with it, right? Like, you're free to be who you are. You are allowed, that is your right to be who you are and to express yourself in the world in a way that is true to you. That's how you honor yourself. And we have forgiveness, and I feel like this is inner forgiveness. It's forgiveness and liberating yourself from people who may have constrained you, people who may have placed judgment on you, people who may have called you names or identified you in certain ways that they just don't understand, or they don't want to understand, or they don't care to understand, you know, or they're just not ready to understand, and that's okay. Forgive them and forgive yourself, because you've been in that place before. You have experienced that towards other people before, and you will continue to experience that. Everyone does not know everything all at once. It's a process of learning. And also forgiving yourself for not doing it sooner. Because I think some of you, there might be that pressure of like, I should have just done this before. Like, comparing yourself to your past, when that past person is not, you cannot relate yourself to who you were at any point in time in the past, because that is a whole different set of person. Like, you're a totally different person, totally different things in your arsenal of who you are and what you understood and what you were experiencing. That life, even the world around you, existed in a completely different manner than it does today. And so there's no need, no necessary need to compare yourself to that, other than to accept that for what it was and learn from that for what it is in that moment, and honor that as part of your journey and part of your path, and look at yourself today and what is causing you clutter, what is causing you distractions, what is causing you to slow down your process of being exactly who you are and who you want to be. Get that out of there, right? And that, I can give you an example, because they're showing me how my house had so much stuff that was weighing me down that I enjoyed, and that I was like, oh, I'm a crafty person. I eventually want to do this. So I had stamps, but I never got into stamping. So I got rid of all the stamps. I went off and donated all of them and sold a couple of them. You know, it's like, then I could use that empty space for something that I would actually, like, I could allocate that towards something that I was actually using, or I could leave it empty. Like, you don't have to keep things that are weighing you down, whether those are actual things, whether they're concepts, whether they're belief systems, and like experiences that are holding you back. Whatever it is that's slowing you down and causing you to not be your best self and operate at the most high and focused being of who you are, get it out of there, right? Operate from a place of love and identifying the order in the chaos, right? The divine order in the chaos. And when you focus on that, then you can identify what is actually chaotic and not get carried away with that tide, not get carried away with the clutter. That can go and dissipate, right? It can go away. surrendering your judgments and expectations, and your life will magically transform. And yeah, that's what I see. You're kind of at this friction point, this standstill, right? And so just let that fall away. Let it fall away. One more, and then I'm going to go. Acceptance. There is nothing about you that you need to fix. Reclaim the disowned parts of you that yearn for love and acceptance. You are beautiful just as you are, regardless of any faults you may perceive you have. You are eternally a radiant being of light. Accept all that you are and just be you. When you truly accept yourself, your whole world will magically and lovingly transform. Repetition. There you go. They love ya. We love ya. Come on out. Enjoy. Let your, what is it? I was going to say it, but then I'm going to stop. What is it? Let your freak flag fly. Like, just be out there. Be fun. You don't have to be fun if you're not fun, but you are fun. Yeah, that's it. Bye.